It's the rootinest, tootinest, shootinest, hootinest podcast on all of the internet. Al Gore's internet, because he created it. It's the Pendulum. And we're going to be talking about on-the-spot comic reviews. We're going to be talking about the new Doctor. We're going to be talking about Flashpoint Paradox and a whole lot of other stuff. Welcome to the Pendulum.
That was nice.
I know, eh?
Although, mentioning the new Doctor, is it my new Doctor, your new Doctor, or
I think the people
Doctor?
who listen to this will know who the Doctor is.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't, it's Doctor Who.
That's right.
Who? Doctor Who. I love that. I'm hoping that doesn't come up again. I'm getting a little tired of that.
Oh, that they keep
Every
doing that?
regeneration, they have that one gag. It's like, Doctor Who! Like, shut
I think
up.
it's for new viewers, I'm guessing.
The entire first episode is for new viewers, because it's a new Doctor, and everything is a new viewer.
But, I mean...
He takes on the role of the new viewer, basically.
True. But anyways, so, on-the-spot comic reviews, we do them every week, but just so you know...
Only show that does.
We buy our books, and then we talk about them right after.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't
right
get ours
after
ahead
we buy
of
them.
time. We don't have that type of clout where we get our books ahead of time
That's
for
right.
free.
We don't get no comps.
Yeah, we go to our comic book
purchase
store,
our books.
we buy them. All of them.
Then we read them, then we talk about them.
Yeah,
So
because that's the service we provide.
Exactly. So I read Lords of Mars. It's the new Dynamite book starring John Carter and Tarzan.
This podcast is brought to you from the 1950s.
That's right. Actually, even earlier. Call it the 20s. But, it's good. It was a good book. I didn't mind it. Arvid Nelson wrote it. He did Rex Mundi, which was a huge, sprawling, alternate type tale series. Church and all that kind of stuff. He's also writing the ongoing Warlord of Mars book from Dynamite, which I did review on my blog.
Now, is this losing money for Disney, or... Oh, sorry, that was the movie.
Yeah.
Which was a very underrated movie. I
loved it.
It was really good. It was a nice...
I've seen it like 3 or 4 times.
Old school sci-fi film. There
Yeah.
was some issues I had, but it didn't deserve to get panned as it did.
lambasted.
Yeah. I mean, they're putting it in the same category as Lone Ranger, or I guess Lone Ranger in the same category as Mars.
Yeah.
That's-
It's not.
Yeah, that movie was, I think, crippled
I
from
thought
the
it was great.
get-go.
It was prejudged.
Yeah. Especially when they couldn't call it John Carter of Mars.
Well, there was reasons for that.
Yeah, dumb reasons. Mars Needs Moms didn't play well, so they couldn't put
know.
Mars in the title.
So
That's how Hollywood works.
yeah. So the book,
Maybe that's why Arrow's called Arrow and not Green Arrow, because of Green Lantern.
maybe it's good.
You
I
have
have
hesitant in your voice, though.
I have the same problem with this book as I had with the ongoing Warlord of Mars book, which I do purchase as well.
How many John Carter
In
books
trade
are
form.
there?
There's
Like,
only 2.
I thought there was
Plus the odd mini.
What's the girl's name?
It's Deja Thoris.
Yeah, I thought she had her series.
Yeah, it's the Warlord of Mars book and the Deja Thoris book.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's the same problem, and that is, he's a good writer, but for that book, it's a sci-fi book. It's on Mars. It's got aliens. It's got 4-armed apes. It's got everything. It's got everything a successful sci-fi franchise needs. It should be slam bang wall to wall action. You can have characterization. You can have all of that stuff, but it's a sci-fi book, and it should be bigger. Everything. Everything should be bigger in that. And it's just draggy, slowly paced, not a lot of action.
Did it feel small then, compared to how it should be?
It is. And I think that's the problem. Like, it should have a bigger audience than it has. It should be selling, like, a lot of books, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't sell a piddly little amount, but it should be bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It should have a top-name artist on it. It should have a top-tier writer on it.
When it comes to Dynamite, do they have the resources to put a quote-unquote top-tier guy?
They do. I mean, we just talked about last week how they've expanded their line by, like,
True, but
a lot.
they don't have, like, an Acuna or a Bendis.
They have Garth Ennis.
True, but as
They've
far as
got
a regular series goes...
They got a lot of names they could draw out of a hat. They got Mark Waid.
They also have
They've
to
got
actually get
everybody.
them to write it. I mean, they could ask them, but if they're like,
Yeah.
no...
Well, and that's the thing. So that's my problem with this week's book, Lords of Mars. Now, I found it better than the Warlord of Mars book. It's setting it up for their eventual meeting, which is cool. So you got Tarzan on his estate and going hunting and all this stuff, and you got John
Lord
on Mars.
Greystoke himself.
Lord Greystoke, yep. And you got John Carter. He's going out and he's killing all the four-armed apes. They got a plan to wipe them out for some reason. All this kind of stuff. And it's setting it up. It's a nice setup. It's a good introductory first issue. I'm hoping that because you got two big name characters coming together in the book, there's going to be some big action and a big storyline. So for a first issue, it was good. I'm hoping it's not like the regular title, though, Warlord of Mars.
Hoping it picks up.
Hoping it picks up a lot. So I do say buy it. I do recommend it. I do say buy it. And hopefully they can keep it going.
These are like two pretty old characters have like meeting in a
Exactly,
book,
they're both Burroughs characters. Yeah. So
have they done a crossover like this before?
Oh yes, Dark Horse has done it.
Really? Okay.
And yeah, there's a lot. Supposedly, I read there's an unpublished novel where they cross over.
Like by Burroughs?
Yep, somewhere buried in their estate.
Wow.
Now, I'm not positive if it has been published. I have not researched this extensively. I just heard about it, read about it somewhere. So, if there is, why isn't that thing published?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Unless it's dreadful. But
even
if
it's dreadful, it's a new Edgar Rice Burroughs
Exactly.
novel.
And just for historical...
It'll sell like gangbusters.
Purposes or whatever. Yeah. It should be out there in the world.
I'd buy a copy right off the bat.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. And I think a lot of people would.
Yeah.
Whether it's bad or not, it's a good piece of history to have on
Especially
your
now, like crossovers and shared universe stuff is all the rage. Two of his biggest characters crossing over and...
Exactly. So, I mean, this wasn't the first time they've crossed over, but it's their newest crossover. Yeah. And, yes. So, buy the book. It's good.
How many Geoffs? We haven't done Geoff scales for a while.
I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 Geoffs.
5 Geoffs? I thought you did 4 scale rating because 5 is BS.
I do a sliding scale of whatever I choose.
The sliding scale being a completely different criteria from week to week. That's how it slides. Excellent. I love it.
Alright, so what did you read this week, Gary?
I read a book that we haven't actually talked about too much on the show, but is one of my favorite books from the Marvel Now reboots, relaunches, whatever we decide to call it. It's All New X-Men. This was Bendis' launching point for his introduction to the X-Men universe after some might say too long on Avengers.
The Avengers, yeah. Which is funny, he denied he was going to be rebooting the X-Men for however many months, and then what did he do? Rebooted the X-Men.
I don't know if this one especially is a reboot.
It's not. It's still a number one. It's still Bendis on the X-Men.
It's a new X-Men team, but for those of you who haven't read it, and I'm hoping there are very few of you, I think the book sells pretty well on a regular basis. It sells
pretty well, yeah.
It's the hook for the book is Beast travels back to whatever time the original X-Men are set in now, with the whole bumping time, like
usually there's a 10 year space.
So this would mean he jumped back to 95,
something like that. Yeah.
But it's clearly the 60s X-Men: Hank, Jean, Scott, Warren, and Bobby. Yeah. And he wants them to come to the current Marvel timeline to help talk Scott Summers off the edge, I guess, to show them how things have gone pear-shaped in the Marvel Universe and try and set things right proactively in the past.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
It's a cool setup. It's a time-traveling story, so my ears automatically perk up because time traveling's awesome. So, and just the amount of story possibilities it opens up. And they've done some really neat storylines so far. They're up to issue 15. This kind of sets up a new story arc in the book itself, but they've done some really cool things with the past versions meeting their current versions, having positive reactions, negative reactions. They've had interactions between past characters and ones now that they may be antagonistic towards, but half of them don't understand why. So young Scott Summers meeting Wolverine of today.
Yeah.
Wolverine hates Cyclops with a passion, but young Cyclops is like, what? What did I do?
Exactly.
What's going on?
Everything's new to them.
Yeah, everything is new. They're surprised by the technology that's in the world. They're surprised by the new Jean Grey school. Jean Grey is surprised that the school is named after her.
Yeah.
And I love how they brought Jean Grey back because she's such a cool character. This book shows how much she's a loved character.
Yes.
And how much that she rightfully is missed in the Marvel universe.
I completely agree.
They've kind of retconned her character a little bit. Her powers have kicked into gear earlier, so her telepathy is kicked into gear. Her telekinesis is more powerful now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen when they do kick them back. If it's going to be a lot of retconning after that with the X-Men.
The thing too with this book, which you may or may not have realized, which I think is also sort of genius on Bendis's part, which I don't give him a lot of credit anymore because I don't know, he's
been in the game long enough where it's
but
okay, how much more credit can I give
this
the guy?
book, even though it came out before, it actually does spin out of Age of Ultron, because this book deals with the whole breaking time issue.
True. It's one of those.
That's what, like, they're in the present now, and they're not supposed to be here.
This is doing some harm.
Yeah.
And you kind of see that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the recent Guardians book, the recent Hulk book, and a few other books. They actually are dealing with the ramifications of Age of Ultron, which is cool to see, and that's where this book comes into. It is part of that breaking time issue.
And Hank McCoy is one of the smartest guys on the planet. This just seemed like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, the ego on Hank McCoy.
Yes.
How many Hanks?
There's a lot of Hanks.
Yeah, the ego that he had to go back and try and do this is Reed Richards level ego.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would think that this could work out well. Worst case scenario, you've wasted time.
Yeah.
Like I say that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you undo everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it was a bad call, but because of his bad decision, we've got some really cool story things. Mm-hmm. We've seen some retconning of stories, or maybe some tweaking of older stories. There's a new love angle that's been playing up in this issue, which I don't know if it had precedent previously because I'm not up on my 60s X-Men as much as I probably should be. But you can kind of tell by the cover, it's they've kind of got like a retcon relationship maybe happening with the original X-Men, Beast and Jean Grey, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. There's a neat little background shot of previous histories, incarnations of the Beast.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on with his DNA. So maybe we can get rid of the ugly ape-like beast that we have now.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't like Cat Beast. I don't like this beast.
Yeah, I don't mind Cat Beast. I don't
Cat
like
Beast grew on me. He's not... My Beast will always be 90s Jim Lee Beast.
Yeah.
That's the one that I identify with. Morrison's Cat Beast, I'm okay with. This Ape Beast, I'm not a fan of.
I'm not a fan of the Ape Beast either.
But all in all, as a single issue, this is a nice jumping on point. There's also a cool... quick couple of meetings between Jean Grey and Rachel Grey.
That's cool.
Because Rachel Grey hasn't been at the school in the
last
little while. So it's like mother-daughter, future timeline, alternate history thing.
Yeah.
There's no dialogue, but it's all facial expressions and interaction.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because there's so much between those characters or versions of those characters. So if they're each reading each other's minds, it's okay. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
That's cool.
The only thing, the artist is this Lafonette, sorry. Is that right?
David LaFuente.
Yeah, LaFuente. Butchered that, didn't I?
I like him.
I like his art style. It's a little young based cartoony. It's kind of halfway between Immerman and Bagley, I think, for my liking. It's serviceable. It looks nice. Some of the
doesn't fit this particular book. Then you
think? It's got kind of a Pixar-y look to it as well. Like I'm fine with the book. I'm not turned off by the art. But when you've got the regular artist on it, it looks so much better.
Yeah. So how would you rate this then?
Overall, I'm giving this a solid 3.5 out of 4. I've enjoyed the all new X-Men from the start. It's one of my go-to titles I look forward to every month. It was a title when it was first announced. I was on board from the get-go, and it's definitely one that stays on my card. It's
Cool.
Go check it out in back issues. I think there's a couple of trades out by now.
Hardcovers only.
Hardcovers only. Okay,
Yes.
a little disappointing.
Hardcovers only so far.
Yeah, so definitely grab the single issue. In your back,
you might be
back
saving money
catalogs.
actually buying it in
Yeah.
single form this time around.
It's I was very surprised since this was Bendis' first X-Men book, how well he writes everybody.
Yeah.
I think my favorite character that he actually writes out of all of them is actually 60s Iceman.
Yeah.
Because 60s Iceman in this book...
90s Iceman?
Shut up. 60s Iceman. 60s Iceman in this book is what I love the most about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like the young, cocky little kid, kind of the smart mouth.
That's
so he's
cool.
definitely got that young Spider-Man vibe going on, and Bendis knows how to write that type of Spider-Man because he did it on Ultimate.
Cool.
So I think that translates real well to this Iceman.
So buy this book.
Go
then.
check out All New X-Men. It's
All
great.
New X-Men.
Yeah, all 15 issues are worth your time.
That's not bad then.
Yeah.
Not bad. Alright, so this week's trade review, I read Teen Titans Games by Marv Wolfman and George Perez.
Is this New 52?
No.
No, it's old school.
This came out a few years back. Before the New 52, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just at the beginning. I don't recall. A few years back, anyways. Anywho, it is their famously long-delayed, unfinished graphic novel from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It took them 30 years to finally publish this book.
And it's amazing.
And it kind of shows. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. I have read the entire Marv Wolfman, George Perez, and other artists' Teen Titans run. New Teen Titans, Teen Titans, Team Titan, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Great books. Loved them all. And I could read them again and again. I've probably read them twice all the way through, actually. But with this book, even though they're okay, little bit of history. They started it, and Perez penciled out about 70 pages or however many, something like that, way back. Marv Wolfman was going through writer's block at the time. He couldn't really finish it. So Perez they both plotted it, but there was no dialogue done. Then it got shelved because Perez moved on to Crisis and then on to Wonder Woman and various things. Marv
Got
Wolfman
distracted a little.
Yeah, he went on to TV work and a few other comics and stuff like that. Anyways, time went by. Wolfman's writer's block got finished. And they're like, hey, let's finish this off.
There you go.
But they go back and they look at it, and they have no idea where the hell they were going with it or what it was about. And they did have the original plot, but a lot of it didn't fit in with today's, current climate, let's call it, cell phones and, internet and all that kind of stuff, right? So anywho, they're like, well, we don't want to redraw the entire thing. We can repurpose the pages, make little tweaks maybe here or there, do new dialogue, do whatever, and then, kind of finish it off and then make it a little more relevant to today's audience.
Yeah.
For me, though, didn't work. Now, like I said, the original series was great. I've liked everything else Marv Wolfman has basically done. I love Perez's pencils on everything, and they were gorgeous in this book. But, I don't know, the story was just lacking. Like, it was pretty boring, actually, for me. Now, his stories were great in New Teen Titans. Exciting, fun, moved the story along. Here they were all in their classic costumes, which was fine. I don't mind classic Nightwing with the giant collar.
Oh, God. Disco Dick?
Yeah, Disco Dick. I don't mind that one. Starfire looks great, Logan actually had a mullet, which was a little strange.
Who?
Changeling.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Gabe Logan,
Yeah.
Like Logan. Jeff?
Yeah. So he had a mullet, and
I still prefer Beast Boy as his name. Changeling, I
don't mind Changeling. Beast Boy's good.
Mine could Deep Space Nine.
Yes, it does. But yeah, the story, I don't know, for 100 and whatever it was, 40 pages, 44 pages, it was just lacking story-wise, I think. It just didn't pack enough punch. It was nice to see it, that they, that classic Titans, it had that classic feel, it had the, the art, the costumes, everything. It was good in that sense, but when you compare it to today's books and what they're doing today, and even if you compare it to the old title, it's just lacking. I can't come up with anything better than lacking. It's just lacking somewhere on some level. It's just not that exciting. It was a little boring, and maybe they should have left it unfinished.
Leave it as one of those urban legends.
Yeah, one of those unfinished. It's in a drawer somewhere. Yeah. Never to see the light of day. It's cool that we did get to see it. I'm glad. I like we mentioned before about the Tarzan John Carter crossover book. Hopefully that sees the light of day. Maybe it won't be as good. Maybe it'll be something similar to Teen Titans Games, right? It's just not as good as you thought it would be. Kind of glad we have it, but I don't know. I can't wholeheartedly recommend you go out and buy it. I can't. It's not going to... It's for diehard fans. It's for the Teen Titans fans, or for the old school 80s fans, or whatever. For today's generation, I don't think they're going to like it as much. So
a little let down by the sounds of it.
It was a little bit, yes. Yeah. I thought it was going to be fantastic. I went into it guns a-blazing. I thought it was going to be great. But no.
Little Geoff runs back from the store, cracks it open at his table, and aww.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to give it 3 out of 5, I think. 3 out of 5. That's being, the art's great.
That's nostalgia points right
nostalgia's great. The old school vibe is great. But story-wise, nah. I can't get with it. So
that's a bit of a shame.
That's this week's trade review, anyways. So you can buy it or not buy it. That's up to you. So
it was a good week for books. Not the heaviest week we've had in a while, which was okay.
I got a few other books. I'll probably review them on my blog, like I did last week.
No parts of Trinity War out this week.
No, that's kind of a shame. Actually.
I thought they would have tried and get one part out a week. I'm not even sure there's any tie-ins. I don't think there's a Pandora issue. I don't think there's a Phantom.
No JLA issue either.
Yeah,
Justice League issue.
Constantine was last week. So I mean that's.
So maybe next week.
Yeah, I think.
Although
Justice
big book
League
next
7.
week, Infinity.
That's true.
Infinity
I think
number
we'll
1.
be chatting about that next week.
I think we will
it's
be.
Safe to say we'll both dive into that and review it.
Yep.
I'm hoping it's good. Thanos cracking back in.
I think it'll be good. You got to read the Guardians issue though. That ties right into that. And so
insider tip.
Yeah. Well, yes. I won't spoil the ending, but
good. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, it's going. It obviously leads right into it. So check that out too. Do you play games? Because we play games. No, I don't. I play board games. But Garry plays video games.
I too also play board games.
Do you also play board
And I'm glad they've come back. I'm glad the concept of games night. Is this going to be in?
Sure.
All right. I'm glad the idea of a concept of games night has come back. I mean,
I like games night.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you get a group of friends together, either people you've seen all the time or haven't seen for a while, and it's just fun.
I find games night with board games a lot more exciting than video games.
I think the time of gathering folks around for local video game nights has come and gone.
Yeah.
There's so many other options to play with people online with your systems, even your handhelds. So yeah, board game is the gathering.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Speaking of games, look at that.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. This is a professional
Just slide
show.
right into it.
Yeah.
Slide right in.
As we mentioned last week, we are at the barren summer release schedule, so there's very little coming out. There's news here and there, but I mean, a lot of the games we already know are coming out. The Arkham Origins beta is spinning out soon, which I doubt I'm going to get into. But I'll probably pick the game up because it looks fun as hell. I am enjoying Xbox's free games for gold members feature they've got around now. You get 2 free games a month for being an Xbox Live Gold member.
Free games is good.
Yeah, I mean, they're not the greatest games. They're not the newest games.
That's why they're free.
Yeah. We have been promised like a Halo game or something, but I haven't seen them pop up yet, so that was probably just them teasing us. That'll be like the last game. But a game that I'm having a lot of fun with right now is Crackdown. It's got to be like 5 or 6 years old. I mean, the sequel came out. When Crackdown first came out, I remember its release because you got the invite to the Halo, I want to say Halo 2 beta. Or maybe it was Halo 3. It was one of the Halo. It was the first Halo on 360, so maybe it was
Halo.
2. Yeah. And basically people treated it as the game you got with the beta invite. It was the same as Zone of the Enders back in the day and the Metal Gear Solid demo. It was the game you got with the demo for Metal Gear Solid. But Crackdown is actually a fun game. It's it's a police open world third person shooter. It has a lot in common with Hulk Ultimate Destruction, where you're running around a big city free roaming, but you have guns. And there's different gangs. You take out the gang generals and you go after the big time gang leader. You get all these kind of powers throughout the game, like you increase your agility, your strength, your driving, your gun power, your explosive power. So if you use a lot of explosives to kill guys, or your guns, or you're leaping through the air, jumping from building to building, doing some Assassin's Creed parkour type stuff, you increase those abilities. So you jump higher, farther, run faster, throw heavier things. And it's a fun game. The shooting mechanics are a little bit weak. The auto lock on, you actually have to move the reticle close to the guy to lock on. It's not an auto lock on, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. The camera's a little bit finicky. The AI is not the smartest, but the level design is fun. Getting all these powers and like running through a city, leaping between building to building is fun. Lifting cars and throwing them is fun. It's just an all-around fun game. It's got a weird thing where you can up your driving ability, but you have the ability to run and jump across skyscrapers and like across buildings in the city. So why anyone would want to drive a car is beyond me. My driving skill in the game is rather weak. I'm just running and jumping across rooftops. So I'm having a lot of fun with that game.
Sounds cool.
And it's free. It's a pretty small download, so if your hard drive space is limited, it's definitely worth picking up.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was also a new character announced for Injustice: Gods Among Us. They went ahead and got all their guys out for the first season pass round, which having Scorpion in there I thought was a bad move, but whatever.
Scorpion?
Yeah, in a DC game.
Yeah.
That's dumb. It wastes the character slot.
I don't know.
So many other DC characters
Scorpion's
they could have
awesome.
put in. Yeah, but they didn't have to do it. They could have put any other DC character in.
That's true.
But this one, the new character isn't included with the original season pass, so it'll cost more money now. But this character is Zatanna, whom I love, have always loved.
I also love.
Probably multiple costumes. There, she has her top hat, and actually, she gets it back during the fight. There was some footage of a fight with her against Solomon Grundy. She's got some pretty cool moves. She's got a teleport move. She's got a take possession of the guy move. She's got a little wand out during the fight. Her special move is kind of dumb looking. She traps you in this prison cube thing, speaks a backwards magic phrase, which I thought was kind of neat. At least they put that in there, and then just drops you on your head. It seems they're kind of running out of cool ideas for finishers or special moves for the guys. But having another character, downloadable character, is kind of nice because everyone was kind of thinking, okay, we're going to get 3 or 4 guys in the season pass and that's it.
Yeah.
It's the same they did with Mortal Kombat 9, I guess the number is. They had 3 or 4 downloadable guys for the season pass, one of which was Freddy Krueger.
That was awesome.
And then that was it. Game was done. No more support.
Yeah.
So we hit that same number with Injustice, and the prevailing thought was, all right, we're done. So this is kind of nice that we're seeing another downloadable character. Price point, I think it's about $5 for Zatanna. I'm not big on the microtransactions, especially being that expensive for a character.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe it would be like a Season 2 pass where you pay a little bit less.
Get like a dozen
and
characters
you get like the next 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And seeing as this is an Ed Boon game, there's going to be a collector's ultimate edition of this game. You can probably pick up for $40 in a few months with all the characters on the disc. Yeah. So it all depends on how much you want to play as Zatanna now in the game.
True.
Whether you get it now or later. But the fact that we're getting more support for it is a good sign. We'll probably get more characters, which I'm happy with.
Cool.
That's, as I said, not a lot of games coming out now. We've got...
I've been playing a game, actually.
You don't play games.
I do play a game.
Oh,
I forgot.
Alright, what are you playing?
Well, since I got a new tablet, I've been playing Plague Inc. Have you heard of such game?
I have not, sir.
It is amazing, but it's amazing for me, maybe, I don't know, more so than others, but I enjoy it because basically you are killing the world.
Oh, it's a family adventure then.
It is.
There we
It
go.
is. You select a virus or a plague type, and you unlock them as you go. There's a free-to-play version with 7 plagues, and then there's also a pay version with more. And you can, when you pay, you get all all the other crap.
Okay, that's cool.
Anyways, so you select your plague, and then basically you pick a country to start it in. Middle East is always best because they're poorer there. I mean, they give you all sorts of world options, right? You can pick anywhere in the world.
This is not Jeff's opinion. This is simply the game design.
And it is the game
We're
design.
not
You could pick Canada, you could pick US, you could pick Greenland, but a place where lots of planes go, you got to pick strategic locations, right? Like to start your plagues, where planes and boats can get access to. You don't want like the middle of a continent where nobody goes.
True. Alaska or something.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Or, whatever. You got to pick a place everyone goes. And hopefully not a country with a lot of health care. You want a poor country. Because you want your plague to spread and you want to kill everybody.
That's true.
It's true,
You don't want no cures breaking out.
So, it's pretty awesome. I've killed the world 3 times now. Unlocking plagues as I go.
Nice.
And it's just a fun little time waster. It's a little nihilistic, I suppose, but it's fun. It's fun as all out. You have to evolve your genes, you have to spread it by birds, mosquitoes, whatever, and you pay DNA points. As more people get sick, you get more points, so on and so on. So you evolve your genes, and then you also make it stronger against medicines and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun. I totally recommend this game if you like, I don't know, those sort of like worldview type games. But the countries fight back too, which is cool too. So,
oh, nice.
So you don't always win and you don't always destroy the world because they fight back depending on their healthcare level and all this stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like you have your transmissions, you have your symptoms and your abilities, and then you have to evolve them to basically stop countries from stopping you. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of functions to it. It's really neat. Totally recommend it.
This is on Android or iOS?
I think it's on everything, actually.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's all across the board. So, totally play Plague Inc. It's awesome.
Excellent.
Yes.
It definitely seems to be a daily growing market. Portable handheld tablet phone games. They're not going away anytime soon, which is fine. I mean, it gets gaming out there to more people, and it exposes people more to the concept of gaming, which then, gets them into more things later on, like systems and other big boy games, which I'm fine with.
Big boy games.
Big boy games.
Yeah.
Put your daddy pants on. Play some big games. Play some big boy games.
True.
Like your Mass Effects and your Creeds that have assassins and your various other games of Thrones. Don't play that game. It's pretty bad.
Alright, so BBC had big news on Sunday night. What was that news, Gary?
I didn't hear. No, I'm just kidding. We got ourselves a new doctor. It's a black guy. It's not a black guy.
It might have been, though, they said.
I know.
He was in the running.
Neil Gaiman said it was offered to another actor. I'd love to find out who that actor was.
I think Bleeding Cool mentioned it, but I can't remember his name.
The most it would be a theory. I don't think we're ever going to find out who it actually was.
What's his name? The showrunner.
Miss Moffat?
Yeah, Moffat. He did tease that it might have been a woman.
Yeah. I like Helen Mirren's interview.
Yeah.
She wanted it to be a gay black woman.
Yeah.
Just let's do 180, complete 180 from all the other doctors. Make it a gay black woman.
It would have been interesting. It would have been really interesting.
There was an interesting article. I can't remember where I saw it. I don't think it was Bleeding Cool. It was why having a female doctor, the world isn't ready for it or something.
Oh, I think I saw that as well, actually.
Interesting read. The article brought up some points about authority figures and even like a lot of women were like, no, we don't want a female doctor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was an interesting read. I don't necessarily agree with all the points of it because I don't want to believe that we still live in a world where everyone has a hard time accepting a woman in an authority figure I think that's
No.
BS. I think
Or even Doctor of Color.
Yeah, I think that time
I think
is
that would
well
have been really
over.
interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I've been dreaming of Idris Elba being Doctor for the last 2 rounds now,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna get it ever. I don't think.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
but it would
not.
be amazing.
He
but-
would make a freaking awesome Doctor.
But again, I read an article where someone pointed this out. It's the same issue a lot of actors have that you want to play the Doctor.
Yeah.
A lot of the Doctor's actors, they have that little bit of weakness to their character physically or emotionally.
Yeah.
What I don't. If Idris Elba was the Doctor, I'd be terrified.
He's pretty commanding presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could just tell the Cybermen to stand down.
I know.
Like,
I know. They just all shut down.
yeah, I'd be like, no. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But our new Doctor, one Mr. Peter Capaldi, no stranger to the world of the Whoniverse.
true.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Do you like Whoniverse?
I do like that.
I just made that up. I think. Copyright. Patent pending.
I don't know.
Patent pending.
I don't know. We'll see.
But for those in the know, he played the patriarch of the family in Fires of Pompeii, which I didn't know was also Gillian's first role in the Doctor Who universe.
Yeah, Karen Gillan.
She played one of the prophets in that episode. And my favorite role of his that I've seen him in is I haven't seen his BBC TV show.
Torchwood, season 3.
Yeah, Children of Earth. He was my favorite character.
The best Torchwood season.
One of the best sci-fi series of the last, I'm going to go 20 years. I'm just putting everything out there. I put that on in my run with like Battlestar Galactica and Firefly. There you go. I was hoping for that. So yeah, his character, whose name escapes me at the moment, he was like a politician type of guy, and he was just brilliant in Torchwood Children of Earth.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think he's going to do a great job.
I think he's going to be fantastic.
And I'm glad they went older.
Exactly.
They can't go any younger. I mean,
yeah.
Like you're going to have like a preteen as the Doctor.
Justin Bieber as the 13th Doctor.
No. But yeah, older, good.
Older, good.
He seems quite dynamic, so
he's got a good range. This guy.
I'm hoping it'll be fantastic.
Yeah. And I haven't seen too many negative reactions to Capaldi.
When Matt Smith
was announced, they're like, he's too young. What the hell? He's too handsome. This is gonna be the show's done. Capaldi gets announced. All right, I like it, and it seems to be
it was
general,
pretty much universal good stuff.
I'm hoping Moffat doesn't feel the need to, hang a lamp on the whole. He looks like the guy from Torchwood, or he looks like the guy from Pompeii.
I don't think that'll happen at all.
He's done it twice. The show has a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was the previous showrunner that had a habit, but let's just accept it and move on. Yes. I mean, I think I'm hoping River Song comes back for an introduction to this new Doctor. I think that could be kind of cool.
I hate River Song.
I know you hate River Song, but you're the only one.
No, I don't think I am the only one.
If you don't like River Song, please feel free to leave a comment.
Please, and then let's start a group and then celebrate its goodness.
Hook her up to a chair. Aww.
I do not care for that character in the slightest.
Do you think she weakened the Doctor on whole?
I think so. Yeah. She's annoying and overbearing and just
I like her because she's sharp as a whip. She can go toe-to-toe with the Doctor. Her lineage, after it was explained, was a little bit iffy.
Now that Amy and Roy are gone, she should be gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
Out with the bathwater, out with the baby.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Good phrasing there.
I know. I was hoping I didn't goof the wording up on that. I was like, out with the what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a nice conclusion to her story. If she doesn't come back, I'm going to be okay with it. If she does, I think it would be a neat reaction to this older Doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be really cool having him show up, have that version of the Doctor be the one that led her to the library. Well, that could be kind of cool.
That's the thing. She always said Matt Smith was not the Doctor that she had hooked up with originally, right? So
no, I don't think that was the implication. I think it was
I know
the last Doctor, like the one where he was older.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that Doctor. Now
I think that's probably where he's leading this, anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm praying to God she's in as few episodes.
I think that would be a cool way to end her story completely. Have Capaldi's Doctor show up, give her the red setting screwdriver, and send her to the library, and then we're done. character is complete full circle. We're done.
Yeah. So new Doctor. It's good news.
He jumps in at the Christmas special, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So how are we going to take bets about how Matt Smith buys it? What are we thinking? Virus, radiation, TARDIS explosion, gunshot?
Don't know until the Thanksgiving special.
I'm thinking. Let's see. We've got this whole big mix now with the mysterious middle run Doctor with John Hurt. I'm thinking this regeneration starts a new cycle.
Maybe.
So I'm thinking it's something to do with Gallifrey. On Gallifrey, something to do with other Time Lords that
hard to say. I've heard they've also teased a new Master.
Yeah.
But who knows?
My guess is that's how he regenerates, and it re-kicks his regeneration cycle. That's why he's older, because William Hartnell was older.
Yeah.
That's just my personal guess. And it's going to be awesome in 5 months when I'm right.
Possibly.
I think I'm right. I'm probably not right.
I don't think you're right at all, but in the head.
Well, true. Because I'm going to talk about toys now.
So, all right, yeah. What have we got there?
Well, I got a little bit of toy news, since I am the toy fiend of the group. I like
toys, but I like statues more.
True. I like statues too. I can't afford them.
Yeah.
So I buy figures, which some of them are actually as expensive as statues.
Yeah.
I just picked up a couple of new Dragon Ball Z figures from Figure Arts, so I'm going to be looking forward to them. I got my new photo studio, which I tweeted about, so I can get my photos taken in my new little photo studio.
That's cool. And all the reviews he has promised
you would do. They're going to be great.
Still coming up.
Yeah, I cracked open all 6 of my figures that I picked up during my vacation. I was blown away by some, a little disappointed by the others, so we'll start rolling them. I might do one every few days.
But now that he has the photo studio,
it's going to be great.
Going to be rolling them out.
It's a cool little thing. It pops up. There's 2 lights and everything. So cool.
All right. So what do we got?
Toy news. We've got a couple of good things, one not so good thing. For fans of the Four Horsemen sculptors out there that do Masters of the Universe and the DC Universe figures, those lines are in danger of being canceled again. They're not hitting their... Matty Toy Collector isn't hitting their pre-order goals for the Doomsday figure, or I can't remember what the figure is for Masters of the Universe line. But they're well short. I don't even think they're at 50%, and it only runs, I think, to the 19th of August.
So you got about another week and a half or so.
Canadian listeners, it's kind of expensive to get them done up here because of the shipping and everything. But American toy fans, if you're interested, check out MattyToyCollector.com. If there's anything that piques your interest, fund it, pre-order. They've got some pre-orders up for the Doomsday figure in different tiers, so like the garbage bagged version or the unleashed version. They've got some Masters of the Universe figures coming up. They've got a in-scale Ghostbusters Ecto-1 figure car. It's in scale with the figures, so it's a 6-inch scale car.
That's cool.
Makes sounds and everything. So, but this is the second time the Four Horsemen have said that the line is close to being canceled. They've got a little letter out to fans to try and boost interest. But I don't know. It's the second time. I think could be the end of the line.
Sounds like.
Yeah, the DC's retail style figures have taken a bit of a hit lately. They're focusing a lot on the video game stuff, which is a little disappointing. And back in the day, they were fantastic. They had the Build-A-Figures that were great, oversized Build-A-Figures. They were never as good as the original Marvel Legends or even the new style Marvel Legends, but they were good, solid DC alternatives to the more expensive direct figures.
I agree.
And if they go away, I think it's a bad sign for the market. So if you're interested in keeping them alive, check out MattyCollector.com. Anything on there piques your interest, check it out. They also have a store where you can buy some of the older figures, which I recommend because there are some good ones out there.
Cool.
So good news. We've got... Lego has picked up yet another license.
That's great news.
It's The Simpsons.
That's awesome.
So get ready for your Simpsons Lego sets coming out soon. My house is going to be cluttered with them.
Think so?
It's going to be sick. They're going to be everywhere. I'm going to get probably as many sets as I can.
You think they'll have Lard Lad?
Oh my god, I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man, like a 1,500-piece giant oversized Lard Lad one.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Or the nuclear plant. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
too.
I'd like an auto school bus.
The tire fire, the school.
The Homer.
Yeah.
Make his car in Lego.
Yeah.
Oh, so many possibilities. Like
there's
25
everything.
years worth of TV that they could do a set a week. And
yeah,
I'd
exactly.
probably buy it. So, the second they're released, I'm at Toys R Us buying them. So, great news for Lego and Simpsons
What
fans.
about Walmart? Would you not shop there?
I prefer Toys R Us because I can find other stuff I want while I'm there.
Oh, I see.
So,
I see.
and we're finally getting Game of Thrones figures. Dark Horse is
Yay!
putting out Game of Thrones figures.
Game of Thrones.
Unfortunately, they're not coming out until January. The first two figures are Jon Snow and Daenerys.
Yay, two of my favorites.
They don't look all that good,
Oh.
and they have no articulation.
Oh.
So they're Staction figures.
I don't mind Staction figures.
No,
but a little articulation is okay.
Yeah, like
at least legs and arms.
Yep, no, not non-articulated. So we're back to the McFarlane route, which I was fine with, but if the figure looks great.
See, I am a fan of like legs, arms, neck kind of articulation.
Yeah.
I don't like the 78 points of articulation.
If the figure is designed around it and designed and engineered well, it works. Like some of the Marvel Legend figures that have so many points of articulation, but it works on a whole and it's not flimsy. But you also get figures like some of the Spider-Mans or the Daredevils, the kind of smaller stature characters that it's too much and they don't stand up.
Yeah.
Like I said, my SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball figures have like 50 points of articulation, but they're engineered to a point where they're stable, they're solid, and they can be posed.
I don't need their knuckles to move. I'm fine with them not moving. Right? Or their toes. They can stand on
also
their
the
own.
Scale of the figure. If it's a 1/4 figure with that much articulation, great. If it's a 6-inch figure, we're getting a little bit iffy here.
Yeah.
But it seems like the bigger they get, the less articulation they get.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I think the bigger it is, the more joints you can fit in.
So
but anyway,
you're probably not going to buy these two figures.
I'm probably not. I'm probably looking towards more of their statue line. The Jon Snow and Ghost statue looks really good, but I was so psyched for actual figures. I wanted my Ned Stark. I wanted my Arya.
These could be specialty figures. Maybe some mass market figure putter-outer will do something.
Dark Horse has the license. No one else has a license for those figures. Maybe NECA can get like the quarter scale figures because NECA's been snatching up quarter scale licenses.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm just not impressed with Dark Horse and their Game of Thrones figures.
All right. So statues, yes.
Statues,
figures,
yes.
No.
Figures, judging based upon the photos and some of the stuff that showed up at Comic-Con, I'm gonna go with no. They're gonna have to impress me on the shelf.
All right. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Yeah, we had a pretty good week of news. Some little bits here and there. New Thor trailer dropped.
I liked it. Thought it was pretty cool.
I was happy with it. The poster is hilarious. It looks exactly like the Iron Man poster, which everyone's been commenting on. It's the exact same poster. I don't know if they're going for theme similarities or just the poster designer wanted to knock off early for the weekend.
Yeah.
It's the exact... It looks like a photoshopped version of the Iron Man poster with Thor.
Mm-hmm.
But the trailer didn't really reveal too much more. We already know what's kind of coming here and there with the movie. I'm assuming there's another trailer before it comes out.
I'm sure there'll be lots more trailers.
Well, it comes out in what, 3 months?
Yep.
October, November or something.
Yeah.
Again, still looks like a great film. The new costume, Thor's new costume looks really cool. You can definitely see the Game of Thrones influence in the design.
Portman looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that movie. And the big cool thing at the end, we got a Cronin. A Cronian?
I'm still debating that.
Oh my god, there's no debating. Look at the design of the chest
it
piece,
looks
the
like
creature.
it.
For those who don't know, that's a stone man of Saturn, the most famous one being Korg of Hulk's Warbound.
Yep.
It's totally a Cronian, however you pronounce the race
whatever.
people of them, but they're called Cronins. And yeah, it's a stone man of Saturn. They were Thor's first villain and Thor's first appearance, so it's a nice little homage there. And it does open up the possibility of a World War Hulk movie having Korg in. So...
Maybe.
Huzzah.
Maybe.
I'm taking it as Korg. I'm taking it as one of his race.
All right.
That's what it is.
You take that.
Yeah.
Take it and run with it.
Done.
All right.
Speaking of running, you see the Flashpoint Paradox movie?
I did. It was awesome.
Holy crap. Now, this is why The Flash is a great character. They're pushing it as a Justice League movie. It's not a Justice League movie.
It's a Flash movie.
It's a Flash movie.
And
for those of you who have read the books and seen the movie, I won't spoil it too much, but the advertising is weird, like Fight the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Not really true.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's fight the alternate universe.
Yeah, that was created in a very specific way.
And in the comics, this was the last thing that led into the New 52.
And it's the last thing it looks like for the old DC comic universe.
I hope not.
The costumes at the end of the movie, Flash has his piping, Batman has his piping, we see a portal open and parademons come flying out.
Yeah.
So I think our next one is... I think the next one is a Darkseid Invasion New 52 movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're going with
the
DC animated universe.
A fantastic movie. It was animated fantastically.
It had such an anime influence to it. It was brilliant.
So glad Kevin Conroy was in there.
Yeah. Daily Sun doing Superman.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
He sounded fantastic. The thing though, while watching it, I'm looking at the Batman design, the Superman, the Flash design, and I'm thinking, I miss them so much.
I know.
Every time I see old character designs,
they were great.
It's so much better.
I loved Aquaman as a badass and Wonder Woman as a badass.
Yeah.
Just so good.
It was a brilliant movie. It's probably up there with one of my favorite DC animated films. It's fantastic.
I think this is my favorite DC animated film. I've seen them all.
Yeah. But
I think this one is my favorite.
DC knows how to do these films. They really do.
And they should put them out more often.
I would every 3 months. I think
I wouldn't be averse to one a month.
Then I think we get into their quality over.
Hard to say. But they have 100 years worth of stories they can adapt. True. So there's no shortage of ideas.
The Wonder Woman one was really good as well. That was up there with one of my favorites.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, having him come back.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, the voice cast was great on it.
Voice cast, they nail out of the park every time.
Top notch. Yeah. Top notch. So watch that movie.
Definitely check it out. It's a fantastic.
On sale right now.
Wherever videos are sold.
That's right.
Remember that?
In stores, online.
Oh, wait, no.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Bit of bad news regarding our Star Trek universe. Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci are back as writing the third one.
Woohoo! Yeah, they did top-notch jobs on the first two. That's for sure. Everyone loves them. Everyone. No, they should have what's his name?
A good writer?
The showrunner from Next Gen, Deep Space, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Moore? Get Ronald D. Moore writing these things?
Him and the other guy too.
Oh crap!
There was two of them.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But not these two. Not these.
They're not bad.
They don't understand the concept. They don't get it. They don't understand the concept. They don't understand the show. They don't understand the universe that it takes place in. They're bad choices. They've written good stuff. They've written okay stuff. They've written bad stuff. Star Trek and Transformers is in the bad category.
Transformers definitely...
Behind the aft nacelle.
I do not mind the Star Trek films whatsoever.
No, behind the aft nacelle. That proves they don't know how to write anything. Psh. When that line gets into your $190 million movie. Semantics. Script problems. Jeff calls it semantics. Is it tomato and tomato, Jeff?
Potato.
What? I love that SNL skit.
I know.
Christopher Walken, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, man.
You say potato, I say potato. No, that's doing it wrong. I don't understand, Jimmy.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to Star Trek 3. Not that I was looking forward to it to begin with.
I was definitely looking forward to Star Trek 3. I'm not looking forward to Star Trek or Star Wars, whatever number it is.
It's getting worse, in my opinion. I don't know.
So...
we'll see how it goes. I'm looking more forward to Star Wars than I am Star Trek.
Vice versa for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll all agree as well.
That's good. We can have differentiating opinions.
That's right.
Great.
Just like we always do.
Yeah!
Most of the time.
Everything.
Most of the time.
Yeah. For those interested in fan films, a new awesome piece of fan cinema dropped a week or so ago now, I think. Check it out on YouTube. We'll put an annotation or a link or whatever. Yep. It's called #Truth in Journalism. It's an Eddie Brock fan film. It takes the concept of following Eddie Brock around with a camera crew, and it's pretty good.
Does he venom out?
I don't want to give it away, but
All right.
Venom does make an appearance in the story. Cool. It's got little tiny nods here and there to some comic book movie stuff. It's got some cool little inside gags that if you understand the character, you'll get. It's just really good. It's a great concept. It's filmed really well, like documentary style.
Yeah.
It's about 35 minutes or so, I think.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's really good. It's definitely worth your time. There's also a Joker.
We'll put it in the
film.
description, and we will also put it on the Facebook page.
There's a Joker fan film as well. That was a little bit longer.
There's a lot of good fan
nearly an
films
hour
these
or
days.
so. Yeah. So. I think a lot of top-tier Hollywood filmmakers should get a little worried when...
Yeah, they're stepping up their game.
Yeah, when you don't have a budget to fall back on explosions and visuals, you're forced to use cinematography, story, film techniques, acting to tell a story, and you get great product out of it, which a lot of these fan directors are doing now. And I think this is where we're starting to start seeing better movies down the road, because they're going to start getting attention. They're going to get this online buzz. They're going to get shots at bigger properties.
Like I want a new Punisher film.
Yes.
I want one a lot.
Everyone wants one. Yeah. Thomas Jane wants one.
Yes. Put him back in.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty good week. We got some good stuff here and there, and all of our different interest veins.
That's right.
Toys, books, games.
Speaking of toys, Garry will have reviews on his blog at
The Shelf Life of Ragnarok.
At Tumblr,
whatever the Tumblr stuff is. It's in the link.
And you can read me.
However, my writing might take a bit of a hit tomorrow because I'm going to be high as a kite on drugs. So it's for a tooth extraction.
Yes.
Don't anybody
not on real illegal narcotics.
These are going to be prescription narcotics after I get it done. And by the way, if anyone is interested, I am terrified of this.
Yes.
So I am.
No one's interested. So
thank you. Thank you for making light of my terror. That's awesome.
So you can read me and my reviews on MindMeld's
Geoff's non-drug-induced reviews.
That's right. None involved.
I should write one.
You should. You should try. Give it a shot. See what happens.
My spelling will probably be better.
You can follow Garry on Twitters at...
The Ragnarok.
At Twitters. On the Twitters. You can tweet him.
Everyone loves the Twitters.
You can
Thank you for my new followers.
Yeah, you can see him or see all of us on the Pendulum podcast on Facebook. And subscribe to this lovely channel.
It's lovely.
Listen to our lovely voices.
We will send you a gift.
Lovely podcast.
We will send you a gift. It would be pleasant thoughts. That's what we'll
true.
send you.
I will give you a smile of the day. Sorry, McDonald's. I will also hand those out.
Yeah, you don't own that.
That's
you don't
right.
Own smiles.
I will give you a smile. Smile of the day. You may not physically see it, but I will give it to you.
Guaranteed.
If you ask for it, I will give it to you.
Geoff will sit here in a room and smile for about 5 or 10 minutes a day.
That's right.
Giving them out to everybody.
So our blogs, Twitters, Facebook. Subscribe to this lovely channel. And
because you're lovely people.
And we're going to send you some smiles.
Yeah.
Going to send you a lot of smiles. So this is us smiling our way out
on
the Pendulum.